I want to get on here real quick and give you a little bit of a rundown of what happened to me last night. Something very strange. I know I've been actually going against the grain about what everybody's been talking, but what I've been seeing is definitely different from what everybody else is saying, okay? I know a lot of people's thinking everything's going to change and everything's going to get better, but it's not. That was not the message that Jesus gave me. What I gave was basically tell the church that I'm coming. That this time on this earth is coming to an end. And that just started happening about a week ago that I started seeing that. Well, then last night, my alarm clock, which is pretty hard to set, I'll be honest with you, it's very stubborn. I woke up at 1 o'clock and my clock had completely been set back to 2015. And you cannot do that unless you physically do it. So the first thing I do when I get up, I look what happened, because the date was on it. It was the 1st of January of 2015. So I get up, something tells me to just Google that date, and it was the first date that Donald Trump started to run. Now don't get your hopes up with this, because there's more to the story. After I saw that that was the day that Trump decided to run the first time, and it was the first day he came out, I started Googling other stuff that was in the news in 2015. And what I had come to find out was everything about Ukraine, Russia, the food, them worried about the food markets and stuff. Everything that's happening today was just starting to happen in 2015. And I'm like, okay, this is really, really strange that all this stuff happened. Then I started counting the years. It's been 7 years since all this stuff started. It started in 2015. That's what God wanted me to see. It didn't start in 2020. I know that that's when everything started coming out in the open, but it didn't start there. It started in 2015, and that's what God was trying to show me. And we all know how God works in 7 years. And 7 years ends in December. I'm not saying anything's going to happen then. I don't know. I'm just knowing it's been 7 years. And come January the 1st, it'll be 8 years. But what I'm saying is keep your head on a swivel and keep your eyes in the sky, because Jesus is coming, and he's let me know that. He's on his way. You might think I'm crazy or what. I really don't care. But I can give you the warning, and what you do with it is what you do with it. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I tell you, my suitcases are packed. I'm ready. But if you buy into what everybody's saying that America's going to be saved, it's not. I'm sorry to tell you that. It's not in the Bible. It does not happen. Whatever happens between us and Russia, Russia will win. Because they will go down into Israel and they will plunder along with the other powers, but America will not be seen. And I think a lot of that is because half America will be raptured. The Christian, the church will be raptured, and there won't be many people here to fight for America when it's over. That's one of my theories, or we get hit. And I did see this, because I was talking to people, and they wanted me to give you a rundown of everything I've saw and try to put them in order. And I'm telling you, everything I've saw to this point is starting to make sense. It all started right after 2001 when I saw 9/11 happened, okay? That's when it all started. The vision started happening right then. But soon after I saw the towers fall in 9/11, the first thing I saw after that, I was in Hatfield Bottom. I was coming through there, and I saw M1A1, the Marines and Army battle tanks. They was cruising through Hatfield Bottom, but they wasn't being run by Americans. It was British soldiers that was running these tanks. I never could understand that until today. With everything that's happening today, it makes more sense. If something happens to Britain, if they get nuked, a lot of their remnant soldiers would be here. They would come here. So now they was firing at jets that was flying over this area, and I don't know who it was that they was firing at. I never did find out. Then right before 2020, I started seeing a plague that went out, and I didn't know what kind of plague it was. I just knew everybody got sick. But shortly after I had that vision, I dreamed I came out to my vehicle out here, and it was covered in ash. And I'm like, what in the world? Why? It looked like it was snowing. And I dreamed this for 2 weeks straight. that I saw ash all over everything. And it come to find out that the Yellowstone volcano had erupted, and it was in a major eruption. You couldn't get from the east to the west of the United States. It was in shambles. It was a major earthquake. A lot of the bridges fell. It was a mess, and that's what I saw. So everything getting up to the point of where we are at today. All these things will happen, and it's what tells us in Revelation. The earth will have birth pains. Volcanoes will erupt, earthquakes, all at the same time. The earth is going to shake. The church won't see it. They'll be gone. And after this, the Antichrist will come into power, and we all know what happens after that. But if the church is asleep and everybody thinks the world's just going to be all better after this election, you're wrong. He's coming. That's what he told me. I can tell you what you do with it is up to you. But don't kick yourself when God comes and you don't get to take the ride, because I'm telling you, it's coming. If I'm correct, and God took me all the way back to 2015 to see that it's been 7 years since this all began, you better know that time is running out for you. I don't want to see anybody go to hell. Anybody. I want everybody to take that trip. Everybody. That's why I'm on here. I'm here to just tell you, keep your head in the sky, because I'm telling you, Jesus is coming. He physically manipulated my clock, and it does not work the way any other clock works. You have to physically set it. For him to take me all the way back to 2015 to show me that's when all this stuff really started to unravel. We've been 7 years into this mess that this is all starting to come about. Now, what that mess is, I don't know. I can't tell you. But for God to take me back to 2015, that means this mess has been happening for a while. And it's about to come to a conclusion. That's why he showed it to me. So I can tell you and warn you. Get your family ready. If you know anybody that's lost, get them saved. Because after Jesus comes, it's going to be very hard to get saved. I love all you all. I pray that everybody gets their act together and spread this word. Spread it to everybody you can. I'm not giving dates or anything like that. I'm not one of those, and God don't work that way. God's not going to tell you he's going to come tomorrow, because everybody will get saved tonight, and it's not going to be real. But I'm here to tell you, all the signs are there. The Euphrates River drying up, the last days of knowledge increasing. Cell phones have done that. We're all over the world. And God also says in the last days that his word will be known all over the world. We're already doing that. The word of God is going to every village around the world. So that's happening. And when the last Gentile is saved, this world will end. And we're there, people. Now, you can think that Trump's going to get back in, save the world, all this stuff. It's not going to happen. It's not in the Bible. I'm sorry. It is just not. The world as we know it is coming to an end. You can believe what you want to believe. All I can do is tell you what I've been told. And that is, keep your eyes in the sky, because he's coming. The rest is up to you. I love every one of you. I'm not going to get on here and baby you and tell you and try to make you all happy and everything, because I'm telling you, you should be happy because you know he's coming, because we're getting ready to leave this place. I'm ready to go now. But the rest is up to you. If you think you're going to be here forever and everything's going to be hunky-dory, and it's just not going to happen. Like I said, all the signs are there. He's gave them to you. You know them. They're all in Revelation. Go read it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. And you'll start marking them off one by one by one. They're all happening at one time. Get with Jesus. I'm going to keep sounding the trumpet. God bless you all.